But I want to tell my story about Zip Code, my experiences and everything, just so you guys kind of know what you're getting into. And let me just give you a little bit of background first, so like understand the context. Like in August 2014, that's actually the path that led me here. I started a project with two of my really good friends, Tyrell Hoxter and Bernie James. We started Native Arcade, and it was a jazz hip-hop band. But more important than just the music, we wanted to create an avenue and a platform for us to express our creative sides. Tyrell, he was a musician. Bernie was a musician. And, you know, I made a lot of connections through just volunteering a lot throughout the city. So I knew a lot of venues, business owners. So I was like, hey, I'll play the business role. So we just got started and we were making a lot of money. It's kind of like having your own part-time job where you control the hours and what exactly you're doing. And it was a lot of fun. But, you know, they were having all this fun performing, and I love the spotlight too, so I was like, we gotta expand our fan base, and like, I'm like business guy, manager, PR, everything that's not music related, so I was like, what can I really do to add value to everybody that's coming out to our shows? And I wanted to do something unique, and I love video games, so I said, I'll just make some small games. So I started making a bunch of them, and I think I made like 10. And I never even told anybody I made 10. I just hid a lot of them away and I deleted the files because they were horrible. But there were 2 in particular that I did like, and I actually showed to Tyrell first. He said, hey, that's cool. You should like do something. And I was like, yeah. So our email list, everybody that came to our shows, I gave them these games. And I'd be like, yeah, I made a game, and if you sign up for the email list, you can get it. And they're like, oh, cool. You made it? I'm like, yeah. And they're looking at me like I just made fire or something. Awesome. But then they hit me with questions like, so it's on Xbox? And I'm like, calm down. PC only, no Mac. Yeah, I wasn't a believer back then, but I was after class. But anyway, you know, I really liked coding. It was more than just making the games, just coding and building things from scratch, you know, learning, reading the books, the material. It was a lot of fun. It was the most fulfilling work that I'd ever done. And I was at a city council meeting, and they were talking about a coding school that's going to be coming to Wilmington. Sounded too good to be true, but there was a lot going on that day, so I kind of put it out of my mind. And one day on Facebook, and I saw the ad for the actual Zip Code Wilmington, and honestly, it sounded way too good to be true. It was like almost suspicious at one point. I was like, so you're gonna train me for 3 months for $2,000, then you're gonna give me a job afterwards? So I was like, I don't know about this. I applied immediately. I said, I did many Google searches on every single person involved, and I was like, okay, they seem like upstanding people. Just no nowadays, and I'm like, maybe they're trying to like get my organs or something. But yeah, and you know, I passed all the pre-course work. I say by the skin of my teeth. My last interview, I was like, I almost lost my nerve, and Tariq laughed at me. He's like, I'm giving you good news. You can stop, like, I wasn't crying, but I'm giving you good news, because, you know, it's like what you guys are going through right now, 2.0. You're putting your lives on hold to really take a chance. Less of a chance than us, because it's proven now, but, you know, still, 3 months without a paycheck, that's a long time. I didn't realize how long it was until those bills started bothering me. My power bill just came out of nowhere. I was like, whoa, what's happening? But yeah, so like the first day was so eventful. Like it felt like a whole week in a day. So much happened. Like I showed up while my friend Dawn, but yeah, she showed up. She's like, yeah, I'll give you a ride. And I was like, cool. And I thought I knew where Zip Code was. So we were somewhere in the Hercules Building Plaza. And I was asking a guy, like, yeah, Zip Code, yeah, it's a new school. He was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So then we walked to another building, and Dawn's getting into it. She's like, okay, look, I'm going to check the email. You should do that, number one. I was like, yeah. So put in Google Maps, then we walked there. And we got there on time, according to me. So as soon as we get in, Tariq's like, oh, yeah, well, you're early, but everybody else got here 30 minutes early. Just saying. You can go get your computers now. I was like, ooh, yeah, pretty rough. Then I was like, hey, Dawn, sorry, you know, it's late. She's like, don't talk to me. So first day was kind of rough. Then the homework, that first homework assignment, no, they didn't give us one. I remember it was two of them. They gave us 2 homework assignments our first day and reading. Man, no joke, I stayed after probably an hour and a half trying to work on it. Then I got home, I worked on it. It was literally 3 in the morning. And I didn't have anything of substance really to present. And it really hit me hard because I'm used to starting something and seeing success early and being good at things, but with this coding and the level that he wanted us to be on, it was like, if I'm really going to do this, I have to step it up. So I did, and I showed up the very next day, 6:30 a.m. Tariq's like, Zook, what are you doing here? I need help. You're gonna help me out or something? And then yo, and I got help, but that's all it really takes, asking for help, Now, moving along, second month, we're getting put through our paces, but we're starting to feel that pain, It's just working out, doing 5 sets and going back for another one, but you gotta keep going back because the program is 3 months, right? So I just wanted to kind of take a temperature test, how's everybody feeling? So through the course of a week, I talked to all my classmates, and I just was like, how you doing, man? How you holding up? And I got the same exact response from everybody, same words. Well, not same words, but it's this is really tough. I know I can make it if I apply myself, so I'm just going to try my hardest, and I'm sure everything will work out. And I felt the exact same way, and everybody else felt the exact same way. So I was I came to the realization, I was oh, you know what, we might be okay as individuals, but as a class, we're invincible. Nothing can stop us. Then Her Locker Wednesday came, and we got this magnificent regex problem. And yeah, it was magnificent. I'm not going to spoil anymore because he's going to give it to y'all, and I want to be there the day that y'all get there. I have to be there. I'm going to record all your faces and love every moment of it. But it really dawned on me at that point that it's not going to get any easier really, so I just had to embrace the uncertainty and just, go with the flow. If this was easy, we wouldn't be here. There wouldn't be a 3-month boot camp, and the job market wouldn't be as high as it is. This is hard work, and you're really going to have to put in the hours, the extra credit, everything just to get where you need to be. And one of the moments where I guess I felt a little comfortable was actually the JP Morgan Code for Good hackathon. Not all of us participated in it, but I think most of the class went there. It was, hackathons are really unique, for me at least. They're kind of like a trip to Vegas. What happens there stays there. There's some stories I won't tell. Evan and Gabe know what I'm talking about. But yeah. But everything code related at the hackathon really just put things in perspective. It's not just about getting the code 100% right. The groups that won, and Alex and Dawn were in one of the winning groups, it was more about the vision that they put forth in the proof of concept. You didn't really have to build something like, oh, it works 100% right now, you can use it right now. It's like, no. And my beginning, I was mad. It was like, oof. But I didn't let any of my teammates know how like really angry I was. And I wasn't angry at them. It's just like once I saw what it was really all about, I was like, man, I could have won that. But you know, with my ego, it's probably a good thing I didn't win my first hackathon because I would have been walking around my chest like this for the rest of class. But you know, it's like I got home, I just wanted to go to sleep, but I didn't end up going to sleep. I was coding, and it was like my roommates had a Halloween party. Kind of sucked, but I actually met my girlfriend at that Halloween party. So, this is about me. But, yeah, and you know, after the JP Morgan hackathon, Go for Good, you know, it was like, that's at the end of October, moving into November, our final month, we had a battery of tests that we kind of had to take just to see where we were and where we'd gone as a class and as individuals, and that was like, I'd say it was the breaking point. I never really thought about quitting ever, but it's like, it just hit me hard because I bombed 2 of the tests, and 1 I did okay on. It was just okay, not great or anything like that. So Tariq was like, look, we have to have a serious discussion. I was like, oh, here it comes. Because I already knew what it was. He was like, is that the best you can do? I was like, no. He said, I know you can sell yourself in a job interview, but if you get a job and this is the best you can do, I feel like I'm selling a used car right now. You know? I wasn't talking about no 2014 Kia with 24,000 miles on it either, you know? So I just had to like take that. So after he said that, I was like, what can I do now to like really prove myself, improve my chances? He said, take another test. So that's what I did. Took that test, put on my earphones, put my fight songs in, you know, and like I knocked that test out of the park. Like I think I got a perfect score on it, honestly. But I asked Tariq, he said, you didn't get a perfect score, but you did very, very well. I was like, okay, I got a perfect score. So yeah, that was that. And you know, after that, had job interviews lined up, knocked them out the park, got 2 job offers, and after that, it's just, I'm still like on that high cloud, man. It's like, it's just surreal. It's not only did I get this great opportunity for a new career, but all these weird, quirky, aggressive, intelligent people that I call my colleagues for 3 months got the same opportunity, and we all got something out of it. And it was a win for all of us, but you know, not really for us, but Wilmington in general too. And this being my hometown, all the volunteer work I used to do, it's just like, this is a dream come true, you know. The first cohort did a great job, but the second, Zip Code 2.0, we don't want you guys to meet us like eye. We're here as your resource. We want you guys to be giants, you know, do way better than us, you know, kick ass and just work hard, because it's going to be worth it in the end. All right?